Hey, what's up, gaming family? Sega Man back here with another versus video. Two great shoot 'em ups. Very good shoot 'em ups. Haven't seen you guys in a while. Hope you guys are enjoying gaming to the true gaming community out there. I hope you guys are enjoying your gaming. Got some very exciting things coming up this year. You know, E3 and new systems that are going to be coming out. I hope you guys are excited, and I hope you are going to enjoy your system of choice you choose to pick up. Mine's going to be the Xbox Series X. I will have that day one. And, also to people out there, if you want to pick up the PlayStation 5, if you're heavily invested in that ecosystem, you should, you know what I mean? Pick it up, and then keep going, on your systems and, enjoy what you like. So we got two verse video, two games, and this is actually from the PlayStation 2 era. Two games going head to head with each other. Now, in my opinion, the PlayStation 2 is the best PlayStation system out there. Now, before you guys say anything, I have friends that have the PlayStation 4. And I have tried the PlayStation 4, and it's okay. I tried a few games on there, you know what I mean, that they had. And it's not bad, you know what I mean. But in my opinion, the PlayStation 2 is still the best when it comes to the PlayStation systems. In my opinion, they had more games, more different type of games for that era, and there was some games you couldn't find on the original OG Xbox. I'm still a diehard Xbox fan, and when I owned my original OG, I still do. There was just certain fighting games that I couldn't find on there because they were exclusive to the PlayStation 2. So later on in life, when they went way down to like $5, sometimes I found them for $2-3. I picked them up because they didn't make it to the Xbox, the original OG Xbox. And they're still great fighting games today. But these two are shoot 'em ups. And they're going to go head to head. And the two shoot 'em ups that we're going to talk about today real quick in this video are great shoot 'em ups that were on the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 had some pretty decent side-scrolling shmup games. And whatever I can find that are shmups, it doesn't matter on any system, I'm going to get it. I own almost every digital shoot 'em up on my Xbox One X, and I own a pretty good shoot 'em ups on the 360. Not Doompachi, again, they're way too expensive. You know what I mean? Maybe someday I'll find it out in the wild or get it in a cheap price on Amazon. But these two games that are going head to head today is Split Heed for the PlayStation 2 and R-Type Final. Two great games for your PlayStation 2. If you guys are into shoot 'em up games, I highly recommend these games. Now, I think Split Heed, The Lost Planet actually is really up in price. I'm not sure about R-Type Final. I found this Split Heed at a flea market for $5 a long time ago, maybe 5-6 years ago. But they're both great games, but there can only be one winner, guys. So let's talk a little bit about R-Type Final first. Now, you know that R-Type games are on other systems. There were R-Type games on the Sega Master System. I actually own it. It is back compat for your 360 on your Xbox One X, and there's different types of R-Type games. I even have an R-Type game on my Game Boy Advance that's really pretty good, and I still play that today. But this game is by IToss, and it's a very, very good side-scrolling smut game. The background graphics and scenery in the background are pretty breathtaking, pretty beautiful. You know what I mean? The water effects in this game is pretty awesome. The colors are pretty good for this era for the PlayStation 2, and and this is not an easy game. I haven't beat this game. It's not easy. It's a little challenging, but I like that in my shmup games. But I like the R-Type games. I own a few of them, and it's a very good collectible shmup game if you're into shmups like I am. And it's the art style is just, it's pretty good for a shoot 'em up game. My overall favorite shoot 'em up is always going to be Thunder Force. I own all of them, but this is really good. This is a really good game. Like I said, the graphics are pretty beautiful. You know what I mean? You know, they did a really good job on this shmup game for the PlayStation 2. And like I said before, if you ever find this out in the wild for a cheap price and you want to get into shmups, or you're into shmups and you didn't know this existed for the PlayStation 2, pick it up. The ships are very unique. There's different types of shooting aspects and styles to these the ships that you can get. You know what I mean? It's really awesome. You can pick from different ships for R-Type Final. And it's just a great game, you know, to get into. So I highly recommend R-Type Final for the PlayStation 2. Now, this next game, like I told you, it's by Working Designs. And Working Designs and Treasure, they made some pretty good, decent shmup games. And the first Split Heat I ever played and still own is on the Sega CD. Now that was more of a more polygons in it aspect ratio in that game, and it's actually still fun today. Now it's pretty kind of blocky, you know what I mean, but it is a fun shoot 'em up game on your Sega CD. Now if you could find the first original Split Heat on there, you know, pick it up. It's a great game. You know what I mean? It's an awesome game. But the one on the PlayStation 2, they did a fantastic job with the graphics, the color, the art style in this is pretty superior, you know, to the original, of course, because it's more powerful than the Sega CD. And the boss fights and the boss characters, the graphics in there is stunning for a shmup game. Very, very well done. There's a top-down part where you're flying through, it looks like a volcano. And down the bottom of the volcano, there's different kind of, you know, creatures going back and forth around in there. Eventually, you have to fight them. But the graphics in this is very good for that time and era. Very good shmup game to own for your PlayStation 2. And like I said, the Split Heat, the Lost Planet is a great game to own, guys, for your PlayStation 2 if you like shmups, like I said earlier. For your PlayStation 2, if you want to get into them, it's great. Now I have two other ones, and I'll do a head-to-head with those two in a later video. But this game is great. You know what I mean? It has a really cool, glossy-like cover, and they even made the instruction book the same way. You know, it is an awesome game. So I highly recommend both of these games, guys. They're great games. The boss fights in here are pretty awesome, and they're challenging. But it makes you come back for more and more in both of these games. But when it comes down to it, there only can be one winner in this versus video, and it was a little bit of a hard decision who the winner is going to be, and I believe the winner of this is Split Heat. Split Heat, the Lost Planet. To me, it's just an overall, it's more immersed shoot 'em up than R-Type Final. I'm not saying it's not a good game, but this is just more, in my opinion, just more stunning graphical detail in the game, and it's just a little bit more fun to me than the R-Type Final. The R-Type Final was a little slow, you know, in the game. You know what I mean? This is a little bit more fast-paced shmup game, and I kind of like that in my shoot-em-ups. So we're going to give the winner to this verse video today to Split Heat. It is a great game, guys, but if you can, and you love shoot-em-ups, pick them up, both of them up, If they're affordable, they're great. Even if you can find a loose disc and they're in great condition, pick them up, guys. They're great shoot 'em ups for your PlayStation 2. And that's going to conclude this video. And I'll be seeing you guys soon. Now, I got a few pickups I picked up. It's a little slow right now, but I promise you guys I will be back with more pickups. I'll do another Sega Man reviews here in a while. I want to take my time with my Sega Man reviews because I want to get some totally different types of games from each system and review them on my channel for you guys, and you guys can tell me what you think, about that. And tell me what you think about shoot 'em up games. Do you like shmup games? What kind do you like, or do you plan on getting into them and collecting for them and playing them? They're very fun to get into, and it's always an easy game that you can pick up and play over and over again. They're very challenging, and they're always good to come back to, even if you beat them. So, you guys take care. I'll talk to you guys soon. You know what I mean? I'll be back soon with another video. I want to give a shout out to Mr. 100. You know what I mean? I want to give a shout out to Hebot. Sire649, a really good friend of mine. I want to give him a shout out. Asian Sleepy, another great friend of mine. He does so many good videos. I mean, he's a humble, cool gamer, huge collector of systems. Check him out. Die-hard original OG Xbox collector. He owns Platinum Hits and regular. He's an awesome dude. I want to give a shout out to, K-Mega, GRG, GWG. Those guys do great work on their channels. I love their channels. They talk in depth about gaming. You know what I mean? And to everybody else out there, thank you for subscribing, guys. Sega Man really appreciates it. I really do. And if you have your own channel, I will always subscribe back to you and check out what you have. Now, there's people that subscribe to me that just subscribe to me, but they don't have no content. And they might not be their thing, might not be their stick. You know what I mean? And that's cool. But I will subscribe back to them. You know what I mean? Sometimes you think, well, are they trolls? If they're not saying anything negative on your channel and they say, hey, Sega Man, it's cool, I like what you do, I'll subscribe to you. You know what I mean? So, just thank you very much, guys, for subscribing to me and enjoying the work I do on my channel. I'll always continue to do what I like, because that's what it's about on YouTube. Doing videos about what you like, rather it be gaming or comic books or music or movies or anything else. All right? So you guys take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Xbox for life.